Alright, welcome to One Cheek Books, where I half-ass absolutely everything I do. Since this YouTube channel is going to be a little bit different, I feel the need to sort of set out a bit of a mission statement and explain a few things. So first of all, why am I making this channel? I'm making this channel because I want to be a writer, and that is where most of my focus will be. But increasingly, to be a writer, more and more agents want you to have some kind of social media presence. Well, as somebody who wants to spend more of my time reading and writing rather than necessarily spending a whole bunch of time cultivating a social media personality, this is my mandatory half-assed attempt at accomplishing that goal. So what this channel will be is mostly me putting in close to the bare minimum effort required to crush that threshold. But that's not to say that I don't get something out of this, because in doing the sort of 7 test videos that I'm going to go ahead and upload now, I have found that I actually really get something out of trying to explain my thoughts and feelings to an invisible third party. So while this is about meeting some kind of mandated quota, it's certainly not something that I'm not getting some benefit out of, which is why I will persist with it for now. So to that end, everything, there aren't scripts. I do this all in one go, and that will be very abundant. It'll be very apparent. There you go. Perfect example. Apparent in this thing right now that I'm recording, because scripting takes a lot of time, recording that would take a lot of time, and editing would take a lot of time. And more to the point, I think that there's something very natural about this sort of one-off format where it lends a kind of relaxed atmosphere. And that's really what I want this channel to be about, because I like to think about complicated topics and I like to give them their due weight. But at the same time, I also recognize that I'm not the expert on a lot of things. I think deeply about a lot of things, but I also have massive gaps in my knowledge, and I don't want to claim some kind of authoritative stance that I certainly have not earned. So the best way, in my opinion, to enjoy these videos is to put them on in the background, relax, and my primary goal is to hopefully make you think about something or maybe encourage you to pick up a good book. So I'll have 2 types of videos: reviews, where I am seeking a format of, reviews. Review is an interesting word because it can mean recommendation or analysis. So I'm kind of trying to merge those two and provide people who want that recommendation something, as well as for people who have already read the book something as well. So the review videos will be split into a few parts. The first part will be why I chose the book, the first part and second part will be both why I chose the book as well as a brief synopsis, then a recommendation, then pros and cons, then a final warning, then finally getting into some exploration of what I took away from the books thematically. So if you are interested in whether or not you should pick up the book, you have some time to make up your mind. And if you've already read it, you can hopefully get something out of it too. So those are my reviews. And the second type of video will be topics, because I have a lot of things on my mind. And I find that when I am able to come and bring and verbalize it, it really helps me organize my thoughts. And it's just something else that I can kind of share, because while I do read quite a bit, I'm certainly not somebody who reads to a quota. In fact, I read very much for my own personal education and benefit, which means that I want to take as much time with books as I need to enjoy them. And since this is something that I'm not throwing myself fully into, I won't be uploading to any kind of schedule, but I figure the topics can be something, a chance to think, a chance to engage, and have something for y'all in the meantime. So this is definitely a bit of a personal project, but the whole reason I'm throwing it out here is so that if anybody is interested, if anybody wants to, they can follow along. I encourage it. and hopefully we can all have a good time. And like I said, my primary goal is to maybe make people think a little. So if I accomplish that, I'll be more than happy.